What's up, guys? Back for another Star Rail video, and this is something that is very unfortunate to see happen in Star Rail, right? Now, this is by no means a tier list. We're just using a tier list to have all the characters available on the screen so I can easily talk about them, right? Now, the purpose of this video isn't to just say like, oh, the game is bad, but this is just something that I've expressed having an issue with for a while, but I thought maybe it won't be so bad, or maybe they'll fix this. And unfortunately, they seem to be hard leaning into it, which is very unfortunate because not only does it make the game less exciting, at least for me, it also makes it to where it's less inviting for new players or even just returning players, or sorry, reoccurring players is the right word. Well, I mean, hey, returning players too, really just everybody, right? And this is hard locking teams to certain characters. Now, what I mean by this is having a team only work with certain characters and you have no substitutes, or if you do have a substitute, you really just don't have a comparable one, right? A good example is people who use Austin instead of Ruan Mei. Does it work? Yeah, there's some synergy there, but it's nowhere close to Ruan Mei. You're not getting the speed from it. Well, Asta does give speed on her ult, but it's not constant unless you're, spamming it a bunch, right? But you're not getting the weakness break efficiency, right? You're not getting the break effect. So it's really hard to compare them, even though Asta still technically does work. It's pretty much like saying, oh, Yanqing is a DPS, right? Well, oh, Fei Zhao is also DPS. And the difference is pretty damn big, right? Now, on the screen right now, I have the current banners and the upcoming banners that we know of. We know that right now, Akron and Venturing are rerunning. Then we're going to into Sunday, Jingyun, Rappa, Firefly, and then in 3.0 we will have the Herda and Angelia, I believe her name is, along with the Remembrance Trailblazer. Now, the Remembrance Trailblazer is going to be free, but we're including him because he's very important to this conversation. So, as of right now, if you are wondering who to summon for, right, you're thinking, okay, Sunday, Action Advance, Summon Support, looking pretty good. There's probably going to be a lot of value in Sunday because upcoming characters who are Remembrance are going to be summon based, right? So Sunday is looking like the next Ruan Mei in a sense, right? Where Ruan Mei, while we didn't exactly know that Super Break was going to be coming, right, because she released so early, she ended up being a absolute must summon, right? And I still think she is a very good addition to your account because no one does what she does, right? And as of right now, there's no 4-star action advance unit, right? So Sunday and hell, even Sparkle and Bronya and even Robin to an extent are I don't want to say paywall characters because at least Bronya is a standard 5-star and not a premium, but really just a paywall in a sense to get that buff for your team. Then another thing, which this will be, I guess, we can include in this video, they're rerunning characters who synergize well together at the same time. So Sunday works well with Jingyun. Tingyin works well with Firefly. They're rerunning them at the same time. So instead of going, okay, I'll grab Sunday and then save for Jingyun because I like him, or hell, I'll grab Firefly now and get Tingyin now and I'll get Firefly later. They're at the same time. So you can really get the FOMO of, oh, if I want to run the Super Break team, I need to get both of them at the same time, and then you'd spend money, which is a good business decision, but at the end of the day, it does suck because if you're free to play, you have less time to save if you're trying to get both of the characters to build a team. They did this with Black Swan and Black Swan and Kafka rerunning at the same time, and then Robin and Fei Zhao are running at the same time, and it's just, ay. At least with the next one, it was Link Xia Topaz, which wasn't any better because he really went into follow-up attack support into another follow-up attack support. And then you had Link Xia with Break, who was kind of like on her own thing, luckily. But man, if you were trying to get into follow-up attacks at that time, you were spending money because there's no way, unless you got insanely lucky, you were getting all those characters, right? And that brings us around to this, right? The issue is mostly for me with how Tingyan operates. Now, not only is Tingyan not a dot character like I was hoping, well, that actually is going to be another video because dot is insanely like spat on in this game, which is crazy considering Kafka is the forefront of it and how popular she is. But regardless, that's a different video. Issue with Tingyan, right? Now, luckily, as of right now, we have an excellent Super Break character in the Harmony MC. When you're running break teams, you are pretty much running a pretty free-to-play budget team already, because more than likely you're going to have Gallagher and the Harmony MC. Gallagher is a 4-star who's been free multiple times, has been on multiple banners. Harmony MC is completely free up to the full E6. Then you're running Ruan Mei. You can run her E0, S0, and she'll do just fine. She is a premium character, but she's, pretty popular. A lot of people would say, hey, she's a must summon, and she's had one rerun so far, probably going to get a second one rather soon, knowing how popular she is. And then you have your break DPS of choice. This team requires you to summon on 2 premium banners, and then you're pretty much good to go. You have a meta team, right? This is why so many times when I'm doing the budget videos, I run to Rick Himiko, because it's a premium character a lot of people have, a standard banner character, and then 2 basically free characters. I know Gallagher isn't all fully free, but he has been free a couple times, so we'll for the sake of the argument, let's just say he'll be free, right? So you got a pretty free team right here, right? Now the issue arises with how the MC works. If you don't know, the MC can only be in one form at one time, and you can only use them on one team at a time. Meaning, if you, whatever the Harmony MC, it could be a sub DPS, could be another sport. If you're trying to run, like, say, the new Remembrance character, this guy, let's say Sunday, and then like a sustain, let's put Ho-Ho, right? If you're trying to run, like, let's say this, right? And then we'll just throw them together, because we don't know if he's going to be a support, sub DPS, main DPS, whatever. Same with her, right? Let's just say this is the team you want to run, right? This is your Apocalyptic Shadow teams right here. Let me have a line differentiate them, right? So this is your Apocalyptic Shadow teams, and you're like, okay, I want to run Super Break for the second one, and remember, it seemed for the first one. You can see the issue. You cannot use the Harmony MC with the upcoming Remembrance Ice MC. So you'd have to pick your poison. And knowing Hoyo, they're probably going to make the Remembrance MC insanely busted and better than Harmony MC. So when you look at it, you're like, oh, well, I want to pick the better of the 2. So you take out Harmony MC. That leaves you with this team right here. Now, this isn't saying that Firefly, Rappa doesn't work without the Harmony MC, but their damage is going to drop off. Not only is the Harmony MC able to do a bunch of toughness damage with their skill, if you slap DDD on them like most people do, that's a free action advance. Then they're giving more damage with more super breaks, they're doing damage themselves, they're doing toughness damage, and that's a lot to lose, right? That is a lot to lose. Here comes Tingyun. Tingyun is the replacement for this. However, what this is doing is taking off the free character who's really good and replace it with a premium character. So now your team is 3 premium characters, and then if you run Linkshi, I guess a 4th, but we'll just say Gallagher for now. So now they pretty much have you in this dilemma of, if you run Super Break, you have to summon for Tingyun, or when the Remembrance MC comes out, you're not going to be able to use them, which is pretty insane to me, right? Which it makes sense with how the MC works, right? The same thing will happen with March 7th. If they give her another form, you have to just accept the L. If you want to use the new one, you can't use the other one, right? Now, luckily, most people will have a 3rd team in their back pocket, whereas it'd be Dot, maybe it's the counter units, maybe it's Followup, maybe it's just like Acheron, maybe it's just like, Argenti, or just a crit damage DPS, and you're good to go, right? But if you are really free to play and you play casually, you only had 2 teams, this could really screw you if you really wanted to use the Remembrance MC, right? Now let's say you don't care for the Remembrance MC and you're good to go, right? Then this doesn't apply for you. You're totally fine, right? Then you could you're thinking of running Sunday, right? And you're like, oh, okay, Jingyun, all that stuff, follow-up attack, summon stuff, you're good to go, right? Let's just say, for whatever reason, you want to skip it instead, right? You're like, oh, let's move her, right? So Sunday, follow-up, summons, right? Really good, but you want to skip him. You can't exactly skip him and have the same results with how his kit is, right? I know I said mind blanked when I said, all right, let's say you want to use Sunday, and then I immediately take him off the team. I meant to say, let's go over to Sunday. Sorry. My mind is like, there's like so many things I want to talk about in this video. It's actually insane. So now you're looking for a replacement, right? Now, at least with Ting Yun, her replacement is a free character. And while, yes, you aren't going to be able to use the new Remembrance MC, I'm praying they are a sub DPS, by the way, personally, because I'm not going to be summing for Sunday, or sorry, for Ting Yun. So if the Remembrance MC is like a must have on every Remembrance team, I'm screwed. I'm just never going to be able to use Super Break in the same video, or I'm never going to be able to use the Harmony MC in, you know, the second half or the first half or whatever I'm doing. And that's really going to suck team wise, right? Especially for like the budget teams, right? But regardless, let's say I want to skip Sunday. No other character has an action advance, or let alone an action advance that is going to action advance a summon. So he is a irreplaceable character, which doesn't mean he is a must summon, right? There's a big difference between a irreplaceable character and a must summon character. It's going to hurt the team, though. You could probably still run Remembrance without Sunday, but it's going to be a huge drop-off just like Ruan Mei. Now this comes around to another issue I have, which I don't think I mentioned it so far in the video, and that is the lack of usable replacements, right? Now, if we wanted to replace this team, right here, we'd have Himiko as the Super Break DPS. Then let's throw Linkshu up here as a healer, right? You have Gallagher as the replacement healer. And then let's say you'd have, where's Asta at? You'd have Asta as the Ruin Mei replacement because she's like as close as you could really get, right? This is another issue I have with Ruin Mei. And then for Super Break, you have the Harmony MC, right? This is your replacement. This team has a decent amount of replacements. Granted, you aren't locked from using Harmony MC because you're using Remembrance MC, right? And this team could work, right? You know, you're going to miss out on the regional proficiency from Ruin Mei, but you still have the core team. But Sunday, we don't even have a 4-star action advance or free action advance. You have DDD at most, but that's not really going to cut it, right? Especially when you have 100% action advance. So let's say you're going to try to run the Jingyun team or the Follow-Up Attack team without Sunday. Your team would probably look something like this. Where is... Oh, it's down here, right? Branya. Am I blind? I'm actually blind. Oh, wait, no. Branya is right here. So your team would probably look something, let's just say like this, right? Where instead of running Sunday, you'd run, you know, Branya instead as like a sort of replacement character, right? Now, this is a standard banner character, so not everyone's going to have her. So you're like, okay, I don't have Branya. What's an easy replacement character? Well... Sparkle, another premium character. Okay, Robin, okay, another premium character. You don't have a 4-star equivalent, which, guess what? They didn't announce a 4-star at all. So, as you can see, we're kind of getting to a point where they're replacing the replacement characters in a sense. At the end of the day, Harmony MC could just be better than Ting Yun, right? But regardless, Ting Yun is meant to take the place of Harmony MC so you can run the Remembrance MC. Well, if you don't summon for the premium character, you don't have a good replacement. A good example of a good team that they mitigated this with so we can still run them to a good capacity, right? Let me move everyone up here real quick, is Followup. So let's say you have Fei Zhao, right? You got Fei Zhao, but you don't have the currency to summon on like Topaz and all them. You can run the 4-star March or Mo's, right? You can run either or of them, right? Let's put them right next to each other, right? Then your sustain, whatever, you just throw your sustain. If you have Ho-Ho, Adventuring, whatever, just a sustain on your team. Then you grab a support. You can run, you know, Robin if you have her. Bronya can work as well for action advances. You could run Ruan Mei for more speed, just more damage in general, right? You pretty much have a pretty solid amount of picks, right? Hell, you could run Fei Zhao, March, and Mo's on the same team if you wanted to. There's options, right? Same with sustains. The 4-star sustains aren't too crazy, but you can make them work if you have a really good DPS. So you can run links, right? But there's options. There's options, right? If you want to use like a follow-up attack team, if you're lacking like the supports or like sub DPSs. Where are the other 4-stars to that? Ruin Mei doesn't have a replacement. We don't have a weakness break efficiency character. Sunday's replacement, hell, even Bronya's replacement. We don't have a 4-star action advance character either. We don't have a 4-star super break character. To be fair, we didn't have a super break character besides the Harmony MC at all until just now. So I guess that's kind of okay. But it's still kind of rough. It's gonna be rough in the future if it's just those two, and you're pretty much limited to, if you don't have Ting Yen, to forego every single new Trailblazer form just to keep Super Break on your team. And that wraps around to pretty much the beginning of this video. Hopefully I mentioned it. If not, I do apologize because this video is going to be kind of long. The lack of 4 stars slash free options to help mitigate not having the brand new 5-star is getting pretty alarming with them not releasing new 4 stars. In fact, I believe since anniversary, we are how many? When was Star Rail's anniversary? Let me look it up real quick because I actually can't remember the full on date. Honkai Star Rail anniversary date. April 26th. So that is about 5 months out. So we're a little bit past halfway through the year, right? So let's see. So on our anniversary, we had, let's just count Gallagher, right? We'll count all the free units. We have Gallagher, we had Harmony MC. Actually, yeah, no, Harmony MC. Misha was before Gallagher, if I'm not mistaken. We had Mose. We had March. Is that actually it? There's no way, right? I'm tripping, right? I actually have to be forgetting someone, surely. There's no way. It's only those 4? Hang on, nah, someone's gotta correct me in the comments. I want to be wrong about this. There's actually, hang on, I gotta relook through all the characters. Because I knew it was low, but I didn't realize it was that low. Really. Since Akron, because Akron Adventuring was anniversary, which was, when did Misha drop? Misha, I hit an ad on Google, I know way. When did Misha drop HSR? Is it really not going to show me on my phone? February 6th. I see. Maybe I should just type in Misha banner. I'm pretty sure Misha came out with Black Swan, no? Yeah, Misha came out in 2.0. Okay, so yeah, it actually is Gallagher. So you're telling me about like roughly half a year, a little bit more, right? Because we only have like 5 more months. You're telling me in about roughly half a year, just rounded it, we've gotten Gallagher, Mose, Harmony MC, and March. All 4 of them extremely good characters. In fact, literally the best of the best 4 stars, right? Like, there's only so many other 4 stars I'd even have in contention. For being up there with them. And that's like Pela, which is like pretty hard to age, right? Yeah, Pela again. Herda is actually really good now, so Herda would be up there. But some of the best characters, and Gallagher was free, I think twice. He's been on multiple banners. Mose, okay, only been on 1 banner, but he is pretty damn recent, so we'll give him a pass there. Harmony MC, completely free. March, completely free. But there's only 4 of them, right? And to be granted, you know, we've only had, what? We were on 2.7. This is 5 updates. So in 5 updates, we've had 4 free-ish. We'll just put them all together. Free-to-play option character. We only had 1 update technically where we haven't had one, which, you know, if I want to give them some slack, sure, right? Sure. However, then we're going into 3.0, and there is new 4-star. There's just the Ice MC, the Remembrance MC. And we're kind of getting to a point where, okay, sure, if you want to not give us a 4-star, at least a free character would be nice, but we really do need both. We really do need both. Now, I don't know what the reasoning behind not giving us a 4-star character every banner is. It's definitely getting to the point where the 4-star is, you know, pretty much a unrunnable group of characters. I'm not gonna lie. You know, obviously you can still run like a decent amount of them and have some success, but it's getting harder and harder with more and more power creep. Like, you know, QQ is not going to cut it as your DPS, really, unless you just have the meta supports to juice her to high hell and back. She's just not cutting it, right? Luca, I love him. He's not cutting it that much. Serval has some play, but, you know, next couple months, we're going to get even more crazy characters that make Acheron look like a joke, and Acheron already makes most of the game look like a joke, especially the 4-stars. You get where I'm coming up with this. Like, there is so many variables that Hoyo is choosing to go towards in this game that really just makes you have so much FOMO over characters, because if you don't have one of them, your whole team falls apart, basically, right? If you, like, if I don't summon for Ting Yun, I'm locked to the Harmony MC, and I can't use the other forms until I get Ting Yun for the second teams for Super Break, right? Then I'm screwed, right? If I don't get Sunday, I have no other real option that's going to have my Remembrance characters hit nearly as hard, right? And surely, hopefully, they'll do enough damage to where I still complete, you know, the MOC, the Apocalyptic Shadow. But let's say if I'm a more casual player, right? Because I play a ton, so I have my characters built. Relics are pretty damn good. I could have a bunch of 5-stars to choose from. Let's cut to a free-to-play player who doesn't have all that. Maybe their relics aren't super amazing. Maybe they don't have 5-star icons. They're using budget ones, 4-star ones, free ones, whatever it may be, right? Their character not having the buff from Sunday because they just couldn't pull them in time, or they were saving for, you know, Ting Yun for whatever, for like the Super Rick reason, has no real good option. And I'm not saying to make a 4-star on Sunday's level, but hell, a 4-star that action advances by like 50%, right? And gives them like an attack buff. Would that be crazy? Technically, not really, right? That wouldn't be that insane, but the fact that it's there to help you, and it would probably be the best option for your summon characters other than like some other characters like Robin, who's like the pinnacle, right? Would be pretty damn nice. But anyway, this video is pretty damn long, and I've pretty much rambled off around a bunch of things at once. So hopefully y'all watch to the end, because people are gonna be like, yo, what is this guy yapping about? Holy hell, bro, he's just yapping. There was a lot to talk about, right? The key things at the end of the day to take from this is Hoyo is dropping the whole archetype all at once, or characters that complement each other at once, so you are more inclined to summon on both banners, right? Hence Firefly Ting Yun. Let me one last time. Hence Firefly Ting Yun, and then Sunday Jing Yun. Let's just say I'm assuming Herda is going to be wanting to be AoE based. I would not be surprised if they rerun Jade or Argenti, right? And then this character is Remembrance based, summon based. I wouldn't be surprised if, well, technically Dr. Ratio really should have a freaking rerun at this point, because he fits the aesthetic and we just haven't had him in a while. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, oh, this character's best in slot would probably be, I don't know, maybe she just works really good with like HP drain units, and we'll have like, you know, I guess Fu Xuan technically, because she doesn't have a shield, but she's a sustain, so lower HP, whatever it may be, right? I don't know her kit. The only reason I'm going with Erudition with them is because Herda, small Herda, likes having AoE units to spin attack. So that's my assumption, right? Let's just say she wants Erudition units. Jade or Argenti would probably rerun. So if you were a Herda fan, you would be like, oh crap, you know, Jade and Argenti work really good with Herda. I should summon for them. You get it. Hoyo, I'm rambling again. Sorry. Hoyo is, at least in Starro, rerunning characters who want to be together with each other, so you're more like, you either have hard FOMO or you want to spend. Then what they're doing is they're replacing characters that are hard to replicate, right? At least with the free ones. Like, technically they didn't do a good job with Linxia and Gallagher, thankfully, right? But Harmony MC with Ting Yun, right? You get it, right? Then Hoyo is not releasing 4-stars to make up for the characters who don't have replacements, such as Ruin Mei, Sunday, Harmony MC. So it's harder to team build to your full efficiency, meaning instead of making more teams, you would have to spend more currency as a low spender or free to play to make sure your team is still meta, meaning you'd have less options when we replace it, right? Like, at the end of the day, are you going to summon on Ting Yun to keep your Super Break team alive, or are you going to summon on Fei Zhao, Robin, and Adventurian to get a follow-up attack team, so when you're, you want to use Remembrance MC, your Super Break team isn't going to struggle and make you fail the MOC, and you can bring your follow-up? No, you're just going to summon for Ting Yun at that point, right? Because it's technically cheaper to do so. And regardless of that, that's just how I feel, man. I'm just upset, bro. I just really liked the way we were going. We weren't getting as many 4-stars, but hey, the 4-stars that we got were pretty damn good and really good for a lot of players to have on their account. And hell, even the whales were loving them, bro. I've seen people like, oh, look at Mo's go, or look at Merch go, or like Harmony MC's crazy. And that was nice. And I really hope that in 3.0 going forward, we really get a lot of 4-stars that really impact teams and not just, which sucks to say, not really just a DPS that is just kind of there and like whatever you're not going to use. Hopefully, if they do drop a full-on main DPS, they are pretty strong. But regardless, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think it's totally fine? You don't care that you'll spend money? Do you think it is a big issue? Do you think that they'll fix it? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Would love to hear it from y'all. And of course, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next one. Even though I just said that. We love rambling.